Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. It's Wednesday and that means poetry. And the poet I am going to read out today, I've never really looked at his poets, but he is such a well-known poet. So this poem is called To Autumn. And I've chosen this poem today because the weather has finally started changing. We're back in jumpers. It's going to be very low 20s all this week. Yay! I don't like the hot weather. So, To Autumn by John Keats. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit the vines that round the thatch eaves run, to bend with apples the mossed cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd and plump the hazel shells with a sweet kernel, to set budding more, and still more, later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease. For summer has o'erbrimmed their clammy cells. Who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store? Sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find thee sitting careless on a granary floor, thy hair soft lifted by the winnowing wind, or on a half-reaped furrow sound asleep, drowsed with the fumes of poppies, while they hook, spare the next swath and all its twined flowers, and sometimes like a gleaner thou dost keep steady thy laden head across a brook, or by a cinder press with patent look thou watchest the last oozing hours by hours. Where are the songs of spring? Ay, where are they? Think not of them, thou hast they music too. While barred clouds bloom the soft dying day, and touch the stubble plains with rosy hue, then in a wailful choir the small gnats mourn among the river swallows borne aloft, or sinking as the light wind lives or dies, and full-grown lambs loud bleat from hilly bourne. Hedge cricket sings, and now with treble soft the red breast whistles from a garden croft, and gathering swallows twitter in the sky. There you go. To Autumn by John Keats. Now, of course, John Keats, he was known as one of the English romantic poets. It's quite interesting because, and said the poem, of course, it's talking about the change of seasons, but it's also talking about from morning to night. But yeah, what did you think of that? As I said, I mean, I knew of John Keats. I mean, he was only 25 when he died of tuberculosis. Very sad. Very sad. And from what I've read, one of his brothers died, or one or two of his brothers died of the same disease. Very sad. But I was looking for a poem about autumn because, as I said, we are in autumn now. We're nearly in April. Or are we in April now? I lose track of the days. I lose track of the days and I lose track of the dates as well. So this poem was written in 1819. And of course, the thing you've got to remember, he was English and he's writing about English autumn. which is different to Australian autumns. But some of the themes that are in it, of course, are still the same, but our countryside is very different. I have been to England, and yes, the countryside's completely different to what we have here. But this was apparently written after he'd gone for a walk one autumn evening before he went to Italy. So yeah, I liked it. As I said, of course he's very well known. And I haven't looked at any of that poetry, but this is the first one. And I looked at it and I read it and I thought, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's an ode, really, to, well, it's an ode to English autumns, but it's still, I can still see parts of it that are the same as an Australian autumn, because as I said, of course, you know, as I said, completely different environments, completely different temperatures. I don't know what the temperatures are like in England in autumn, but like here in Melbourne, yeah, it's going to be about 23, 24 most of the week. So that is, for us, that's autumn weather. So I liked it. I did like it. And as I said, what a shame he died so young. But this has made me think, well, I might look at some of the other English romantic poets. Have any of you read John Keats' work? As I said, I only knew the name. And it was interesting because this was the first poem that came up when I put in poems about autumn, and this was the first one that came up. So I don't know if it's really well known. I know he's very well known. So it's autumn. And I like that. I like the cooler months. So yes, so that is Poetry on Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday about a book. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.